Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chaos Gym. With me today, I have Juan Pablo, who just won the Latin America Intercontinental Championships. Say hello to everybody, Pablo, or Juan.
Hello, everyone.
For those of you who don't know Juan a little bit, Juan, tell us something about yourself, a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm just a regular guy with 21 years old. Started to play this game like a hobby, so I can get distracted by my work and my studies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a physiotherapy student and
Okay.
a kind of professional handball player.
Okay.
Just kinda.
So, you just took down one of the biggest intercontinental championships. How does it feel?
Yeah, man, I still don't believe it. It's just like I am still in a dream and I got everything right. I can't believe it.
All right. Huge congrats again. So, looking at your list, you chose to play the Jolteon and the Regice as opposed to just the normal Grass Energy and Tulugia build. Can you talk to us a little bit about why you played Jolteon and Regice?
Yeah, Volcanion is a huge deck. It's like so stable and so fast
Yeah.
that I think if you're going to play a tournament with 9 rounds to go to day two, you want to play the most stable deck and the most fast deck. So I thought everyone is going to be like, I have to play Volcanion. So I was going to do. I was thinking I have to beat.
Sorry about that, everybody. The call dropped a little bit, but go on, continue with talking about Volcanion.
Yeah, so I was thinking everyone is going to be like Volcanion players. So I was thinking I have to find a deck that can win to Volcanion and the other popular decks, Mega Rayquaza, Darkrai. So I was like, I have to find a way to easy win or have a good matchup against everything. So I was going to looking for all the options, Mega Mewtwo. Rayquaza, I said Decidueye. So I was thinking that Decidueye was really good, but if you don't win the flip coin or if you just don't go good enough in the start,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have another option. So I was going, Jolteon is my best options. I mean,
Sure.
they are full of basics. And also, Darkrai, well, full of basics too. So I was thinking, yeah, I win that matchup with one Jolteon.
That's true.
Test it, and it worked. Then the last card I have left in my deck was going to be either a Regice or a Glaceon. I prefer Regice because you have to win against Mega Mewtwo too, and Regice wins me because they make a wall and I can put Feather Arrow in the bench. That's why I thought that at first. But then I realized Brazilian played a lot of Mega Rayquaza, so I was going, yeah, I got Ray Ice too for that.
Okay.
Also, Ray Ice second option against Volcano is good too by weakness,
Yeah.
so they work perfect.
Yeah. Very smart, and of course they worked out for you. So, without further ado, I guess I'll let you go into your tournament report. Talk to us about how your day one went.
Yeah, my day one started with a Volcanion deck. So I was sitting there. I have to make a good start. So I win the flip coin and made my first withdrawal for Jolteon, and then just try to Plume and set up everything I could. It worked exactly as I tested and win easily 2-0.
Okay.
Then I faced a guy who play Gardevoir. I didn't play Gardevoir a lot. I didn't test it a lot, so it was hard to me. It ended up in a tie.
Okay.
Then I went against Mega Rayquaza with 2 Hex Mayak, and I have a problem with that guy because he had marker cards. So I got the judge, and they didn't accept my appealing, and he won me. See, he was my only loss in the game in the whole tournament. And I went like 1-1-1 in the first round. I had to win everything
That's
to make it
scary.
to top cut. Yeah, I was like, man, I have traveled 6,000 kilometers and I have to win all. So I just had to focus and shut down my cell phone, everything, not talk to anyone, and just go for concentrate. Then I won a mirror, another volcano in turn two after the time stopped. Then I won one against another Gardevoir.
Okay.
Uh, then I won, I guess it was, let me think, another volcano, and and I am missing a match, I guess. Then I intentional draw the last one.
Okay.
I make it by 27th place, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you had a pretty rough start to the day. That sounds kind of scary coming from
Yeah.
1-1-1. Yeah. So after day one, were there any? You know what decks are in day two at this point. Were there any decks you were scared to play against? You look like, oh, I don't want to hit this.
Definitely Mega Mewtwo. It's the scariest deck for me. Also the mirror match. Let me talk about that. Mega Mewtwo, there was like full of text against me, like Wobbuffet and Gardevoir and Hexmaniac. I was like really scared, but then again I won the flip coin and just my deck really loves me. I draw everything and win the first round of day two against Mega Mewtwo.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And then so I guess yeah, I'll just let you jump into day two. You can talk about day two then.
Yeah, yeah. Also, the mirror match, I didn't want to face it because since I only have one Lugia and they can easily knock out my Jolteon by the Decidueye,
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was going to be harder for me than the regular Decidueye, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I, s- I skipped the mirror match. I only played two in the World Tournament. The finals are the one at round four.
Well, that's pretty
So
lucky.
yeah. Also, I didn't want to play against the guy that was playing Evolutions with uh, Raichu
Okay, yeah, I saw
because
that. Yeah.
he hit me hard with the weakness.
Yeah, the Flareons.
I, I went against him because I was able to set up faster than him, even that I didn't have the Plume in the two games.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. So you yeah, talk to us about how your day two went and just run us through round by round.
Yeah, I told you round one was Mega Mewtwo against a Shinyan guy, very nice guy. So I win game one by exploding the deck, uh, and lose game two really hard, and win game three by the same thing. He starts flaming, I explode, win. Then I went against Shields, Philip Shields.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that his deck is really, really strong, and he's the best one with that deck, the Darkrai. But I win the flip coin, I start with the Jolteon. So I just need to focus on my Jolteon and one Vileplume, and I won round one pretty fast. Then round two, he dead draws a little bit, but was able to charge two Darkrai's. Instead, he couldn't one hit my Jolteon. I think he made 140 damage, and I charged another Jolteon. I charged my Jolteon in the game too, and set up another Vileplume. So I just flash ray him to the win in like 10 minutes, 15
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah, that's fast. Yeah, the Jolteon was pretty smart.
Yeah. Then the round three, I won against this guy with the evolutions. Pretty hard matchup, but it was just the faster deck ones. Then the craziest matches I played that until this part of the my tournament was the next one against Sid from Brazil. Really nice guy too. Volcanion X. He told me to ID and I did the next round, and so I definitely make top cut. But I wasn't sure and just played the game. So I lost the Flipcon, lost game one pretty hard, and I was like, oh, I should have ID. Not doesn't matter. Then round two, I start Jolteon again. It's the first Pokemon, and just draw my Plume to Decidueye, a tier Decidueye, I guess, and by turn 4, and he couldn't make it anything. Then game 3, um, it was for anyone can win, so he drew me 5 um, prizes,
Mhm.
but I was able to do revitalizer for my Plume, so made another Plume and charge energy to the Jolteon. So I put the Jolteon to the active and him to 1, waiting him for never draw the Ranger so I could win just by Flash Ray because he hasn't more Lysander or Nether or Hexmanic. And that was it until the time call and I couldn't kill by Jolteon. I needed the Regi Eyes, so I charged the Regi Eyes my turn 0 the and hit, and then in my turn 2, but the 3 turns, I check the energy, retreat, and kill by weakness
Okay.
into last turn. Then against Thiago in round 4, we IG and went straight forward to the top 8.
That's a crazy game you had against Sid.
Yeah.
And so you're in top 8, first seed. Feels pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, man, I still couldn't believe it. This was like, I'm just a regular guy, a regular player. Just the most part I do is just playing my home with my brother. So I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, and you're like pretty close to getting your invite now off of top 8, so that's must be an awesome feeling too.
Yeah,
And then,
it was.
so I guess we'll let you talk about your top 8 game. I know there was some situation there, right?
Okay, in my top 8 game, the guy who was 8 was disqualified in the tournament. So I get by to top 4.
So you wake up, you show up, and they're like, "Hey, you're in top 4."
Yeah, yeah, it was at the night before. A friend of mine was in the nearby the judges and WhatsApp me the information. I was like more nervous that I couldn't play that I could be like playing the game. It was a Volcanion deck without Ranger, so I wanted to play the game. You
Mhm.
know, the guy was disqualified by marker cards and 62 cards. So that's nothing I can
Yeah, but
discuss.
we take those wins, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a win for
A
me.
win's a win. Yeah, and so now let's talk about go into your top 4 game then.
In top 4, there was Sid, the Volcanion I faced in day 2, and Ian Fukuda, great players, but I was hoping the Volcanion wins. I didn't want to face the Rayquaza. I was so scared by the Rayquaza. Uh, but Sid just did draws and Rayquaza just, it's Rayquaza. It's raw everything, explode the decks, and wins like pretty fast. So I congrats Fakuda, congrats Sid. And just like I was waiting. I didn't know what to do. I was hoping he never draws his Oranguru, so I can use Reyes. And I was hoping to win the flip coin and able to set up everything. It was I won the flip coin, but it was hard to kill his Oranguru. Really, really hard. It took me like 30, 30 minutes to play win game 1 and I was like, ooh, really hard, stressed as fuck. Sorry, and he started game 2 and explodes his deck, and it was like I have to end him, Lysander, end him, and I couldn't find the cards I need. I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them. So when he wants me, I was more stressed and the crowd was full of Brazilian people, so they were cheering for him. Everyone is screaming. He's screaming, and I was like, oh, I am the top 4. I am the top 4. I want to play the finals for the first time. I really need to focus, focus, focus. And I got 2 warnings for a slow play. Since I was wanting to focus really hard, I slow played a little bit, 2 warnings. So I was like more nervous then in the game 3, but I start. I set up a Lugia with the DCE, a Plume, and I guess one Decidueye and one Dartrix. So it was good for me. He started by chiming. I I killed the chamber right away. Then I knew it was like more minutes left, so I need to draw two more Chrysler, and I need that he don't draw more than four prices for me.
Mhm.
So I went to play that kind of strategy and kill one Rayquaza, but he healed me right away. So we are two prices left for me, four for him. But I am in turn two, the time called. So he needs to draw a Hex Maniac, so he can put the link in another Rayquaza, charge a DCE, and also drop his full bench to one hit my Decidueye. Uh, and he need to do that with all abilities because he need to draw the Hex Maniac.
Yeah.
So I just end him, that end him, that end me because I only draw four cards, two cards, and end him for four. Uh, when I pass, he draw his hand, look for his hand twice, my discard pile, his discard pile, and he just conceded to me, and I was like really, really excited, start to cry. The Chilean guy cheered me, the Argentinian guy cheers me, Tablemon congrats me, and it was like, yeah, I made the unbelievable thing, the
Yeah.
finals.
Yeah. Now you're in the finals. That's crazy. You're on top of the world. Talk about the finals game.
Yeah, so I met Thiago in the fifth round of day two. And WIG, yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
He was a really nice guy. He told me about his life, his wife, his friendship with Fukuda, and it was like a really nice guy. I was a pleasure to me to play a guy, a really nice guy like him. But instead of thinking about that, I was only thinking that how his list is. I didn't knew. I didn't have a way to knew. I knew he played Jam Mega, so I guess he need to cut one card of the regular list to put one Jam Mega and two Lugias. I guess he could beat real, but one card left. I had to knew. I had to knew. I think 2 hours thinking what card it is. Then I find out, just in my mind, that he may cut one grass energy. So then I think Jolteon is my way to win. So in game one, I lost a flip comp. He go first. He can't make a Vileplume, and I go with Jolteon in the first in my first Pokemon. So then I went to set up two Decidueye, I guess, a Lugia, and one Gloom.
Okay.
But charted every Pokemon. So I got an energy on Decidueye, an energy on Lugia, DCE, an energy on Jolteon, and I just started to kill with Lugia, but it had a float on him, so then I retreat for the Decidueye and do my GX attack in some moment. In that way, in that part, he lost one grass energy and got one grass energy on the active Decidueye.
Mhm.
So I decided that if I killed that Decidueye with Jolteon, he couldn't kill me either way,
Mhm.
So I was hoping to do that. Then he top deck a Lysander and kill my bench Jolteon. So he drew the first surprise of the game, and it was like the craziest part of everything. My whole strategy at that point was just dead by that time. So I guess that my only chance was to kill him with abilities and draw a Lysander, kill his Lugia, and he will be with no bench and anything to do. So I put my Lugia active, hoping to draw everything I need. I didn't remember, but I think I drew the DCE or the Lysander, one of them. By the prices I draw when kill the active Decidueye with abilities. So when I draw that, I just charge one DCE, Lysander his Lugia, and do four prices in just one turn. And it was just game one is for me. He concede and go for the other game. Then in game two, he prices three stadiums. I knew because he couldn't play one in game one in the first turn, his first turn in game two, and put two Chinese down. So I said to myself, he doesn't have the stadium, so I have to put mine above mine, then kill it with Lugia, so he couldn't play any more evolution. That's exactly what I started doing with changing my Lugia and starting to set up my Decidueye, and I set up the Viper. So it was like a really hard for him. He couldn't kill my Lugia. Then I one hit KO his. Then it got started by me, going to game for me. I killed a Rowlet by abilities. Then I didn't realize. Then I was like one prize left. He only has a Shining. I got Plume. I got everything to Decidueye and in my hands so I can draw. But I guess my Plume was dead by time and he just started to do me a Sky Return and Lysander a Decidueye that wasn't charged with any energy. So I couldn't kill him in like 2 turns because you use a Sky Return, another Chiming, Sky Return, another Chiming. And I was like, please, please just stop. I want this to end. I want this to end. Then um, I was almost doing N to 1 for me and 6 for him. So maybe I draw my 2 floatons, one of my 2 floatons, or maybe I draw one more energy and retreat and win. So I was just calling my mind, don't be stupid, just wait, don't be anxious. You have to wait, you have this win, just be patient. The patience pace is the best for me, and he used Sycamore, doesn't draw anything, do an Ultra Ball, search his deck. I know that he could win, so he shake my hand and I celebrate. I think I am the international champion. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I still can't. And it was like cheering by all the Chilean people, all the Argentinian people. They just like chi 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 le le. It was the best for me. I really loved that part of the day. It was I almost cried, but I didn't want for the picture. Don't be that sad. I mean, I was happy, really happy.
That's awesome, dude. Huge congratulations.
Thanks.
So, if you could go back and I guess play the tournament again, would you change any cards?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I mean, I definitely wouldn't change the Jolteon,
Okay.
never. But I guess I could change like one trainer's mail for another N. That was like one of the things I liked. Maybe if I was tested the 3 Rainbow Energy only, I could play another Lysander. That's like kinda you could have done that, but definitely I prefer the most stable part, just playing four of everything and just 1-1 Jolteon Reyes, the MVPs of the tournament, the real MVP.
Yeah, they seem to be very good. I'm very happy for you, my friend. And so before we go, would you like to give any shout outs, any thank yous to anybody?
Yeah, a lot. If I can.
Yeah, please go ahead. Take it. Floor is
Yeah.
yours.
First of all, I would love to thank my brother to introduce me in the competitive way and give me my first deck. Then I would love to thank my girlfriend for the supporting that this means, my parents for the same, my teammates from the Dito Boys, we are on Facebook, you can follow us, that really support me too, help me with the list and the testing, the cards they borrow me. Every Chilean guy that cheered for me, Nicolas and Javier that give me the tips on the mirror, Diego Casiraga for the cheering too in the top four and the finals, and every Argentinian guy that tested with me the night before, Federico, Chado, Riquel, they were really nice to me. So thanks to them too. And finally, Eric from Chile that made the win a trip tournament, so I could won it and came to the Intercontinental and wins it at the end. That was like one of the best part I got to say.
So again, huge congratulations. Thank you so much for doing the interview with us, and I hope I'll see you at Worlds for sure. So
Yeah, I definitely want to go to Worlds now. I want to take this more seriously. I am sad I couldn't play another more big tournaments before. I only got 20 ICP before this, but you don't know, anything can happen. I want to go to top 32 at least, and just keep playing, man, and at the end of the season be at the top 8 of Latin America. That's my goal now.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much for being with us, and I will
Th-
hope to catch you later.
thanks for you. See you next time.